Welcome back to the Eternal Force live reactions. Like I was saying, it's just me, no Schnooty, no Zay, no guest. It will be like that sometimes. Let me get you these links. But all right, let's get right into it because I have a special grade recording later tonight too, so I gotta like review a bunch of manga and whatnot. I'm obviously gonna soak this in as much as I can, but I mean it's only one chapter and I'm by myself, so we will see how long the stream goes. But I'm ready to get into this shit, man. Oh, okay. As far as VODs go, I think that I'm just going to keep uploading the VODs to YouTube, but I'll just put like an extremely intense copyright filter over it. Like you can barely even see it, like if at all. But you know what I'm saying? And then that way I can be less stressed. We can keep getting the VODs on YouTube and potentially keep getting people, you know, over to these live streams and whatnot. Because I do want to like have this public. Like I don't want to have to keep this on Patreon like I do with all the other VODs that we do for live reactions because it's a fucking webcomic. So I feel like that should be, I feel like it should be safe. I feel like it should be fair game, but it's like just so stressful. I feel like they care more than manga copyrights for some reason, which is just like weird. But we're gonna keep seeing what's going on with it. We're gonna keep tweaking it. We're gonna keep trying things, and eventually we will reach the proper equilibrium. But here we are. Why are you standing aloof? Chapter 12, let's fucking go. Why are you standing aloof? Why aren't you continuing? Could it be now that you've come this far? Oh yeah, that's right. This is a little recap. They always do a little recap. Yep, that was cold. Okay, so he was going to go meet this guy, which is the old chairman of the Martial Arts Alliance, I think, was like his whole thing or whatever in part 1. And then he, at the end of part 2, he offered Shi Woon like a path with him. And then we didn't really get Shi Woon's answer on that. Then the series ended. Now we've time skipped a year into the future, and he's supposed to be going to go meet with this guy, but Kang got into some shit with Mamoongi and Jinny, and now it led him kind of to this confrontation here. And this shit is wild. Dude's secretary is cold-blooded, gave Shi-Woon a little bit of a run for his money, but he eventually whipped her into a bunch of fucking cars or some shit. But now she seems to be back. She's fine. She's got like some kind of like weird like burning underneath her mask and eyes. She wears like these glasses and this mask. And then underneath that, it looks like there's some kind of like skin damage, which is like really interesting. So I can't wait to see what's good with that. What just happened? How did he move that distance in an instant? Phantom steps? If it's someone who's seeing his stepping techniques for the first time, then they would feel as if they witnessed magic. God, the art is amazing, not gonna lie. It's interesting that you say that because I personally love the art a lot too. Like Kamaro, just in general, like even in like Trinity Wonder, The Breaker Part 1 and 2, and then obviously now here in Eternal Force, his art has just like been clean as shit. But a lot of people are complaining about the new like art in the webtoon style because it came from like high contrast manga art, obviously, and people are just mad at the transition. I don't think anyone's actually complaining about the art itself because it's still his line work and it's still his character designs and it's still his action, but it's just switched formats. So people are like, the art sucks, and it's like, no, it fucking doesn't. If it's someone who's seeing his technique, or if it's someone who's seeing his stepping technique for the first time, then they would feel as if they witnessed magic. Oh, do you get it now? That your strength is just a mirage. Don't say that. Seeing from your fight with Chief Lee, you seem to be only using the martial arts of the Sun Wu clan. Certainly, the martial arts of the Sun Wu clan is excellent. The goal of the Sun Wu clan's martial art, its speed, was able to reach its peak by the second strongest man. Uh-oh. My goats! My goats! However, the problem is that the energy that flows in your body is something made by the key accumulation of Dark Heaven and Earth Sect. That's right. The goal of the martial art of Dark Heaven and Earth Sect is calmness. How would you know? I mean, I guess he has been like trying to get it. He's been trying to acquire the technique like his entire life or whatever, but so I guess that kind of obsession could lead you to knowing things about it. But like the goal of the Heaven and Earth technique Is calmness like, how would you know what the goal of it is unless you like know what it is or studied it or someone told you? I don't know. Though it may look boundlessly soft and slow, inside that, boom! Oh man! Wow, what an explosion of ki. A very calm, nonchalant, massive explosion of ki. That's crazy. Old man do got that drip. The old men have crazy drip in the breaker. It's actually insane. Like Elder Quan, Kang Sung, and this motherfucker. Drippy as hell. It hides a powerful strength like this. What? What just exploded? Originally, martial arts is a way of gathering ki inside the body through ki accumulation and releasing it as a form of combat techniques. Therefore, martial arts is something that is created through a harmony between ki accumulation, and combat technique. Because of that, no matter how excellent of a ki accumulation, or combat technique it may be, if they do not go well with each other, then the martial arts cannot be perfectly completed. Makes a lot of sense. I think we actually knew a lot of that from part 1. Looks like I got a broken image here. Let's get this reset. Don't like broken images. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That is one of the reasons why the majority of the sects learn about combat techniques and ki accumulation together. Isn't this sort of strange? That grandpa, wasn't he trying to kill Shi Woon Young? But why is he... So if you want to use proper martial arts, stop your stubborn attitude and become my disciple. Oh, hell no. Question, who's the girl over there? Shorty fine and got swagged out. You talk about on the layout? That's Ginny from part 2. You meet her in part 2. If you're cool with spoilers, that's fine or whatever, but in my opinion, this is something that you should just not have spoiled for you. But this is like one of my favorite series of like all time, and it's got like a bunch of twists and turns and crazy reveals and like plot thread build up and like pretty good payoffs for that, and it's can be kind of slow burn in some ways for a lot of the stuff, so it's stuff that you really want to, you know, not get spoiled on if you can. But if you don't care, welcome. And this shit is gas. We on part 3 after 8 years. But yeah, thanks for pulling up. Stop your stubborn attitude and become my disciple. Oh, what's up, Hayes? I didn't even see you, buddy. What's going on, man? Huh? What is he saying? That grandpa's suddenly talking about disciples? Like, I ain't trying to be nobody's disciple again, bro. I already know about it. That my ki and the Sunwoo clan's combat technique don't go along together. Oh, shit. I didn't even think about this concept before. Like, this is such a cool thing to get in part 3 because it's so important to the power system, and it's going to be probably important to a lot of the fighting in this part, obviously. But it's not something that absolutely necessarily needed to be, you know, covered in the first 2 parts, I don't think. You know what I mean? It's definitely something that you can learn later. It's not like we needed this information back in part 1 or part 2 for any reason at all. So it's cool that we get it now as like a new power system thing to be interested about in part 3. Yeah, that's cool. This is like a really interesting angle because it's like, wow, Shiwun has just been strong and broken this whole time in part 3, and he got like Phoenix Rebirth, Black Heaven and Earth Technique, all that shit was busting in part 2, and then now in part 3 he's just a fucking monster, and it's like, who's gonna give this kid a hassle? And then this commissioner, this like ex-commissioner guy, kind of like riled, you know, roughed him up last chapter, and that was kind of crazy, but it was like it was seemingly really high level. Um, But now it's like, hey man, like your ki and your techniques are all out of whack. So once it gets to these really high level fights a lot later, I bet you that's going to be like some kind of point of stakes in the combat because someone's just going to have like perfectly synergistic ki accumulation and combat techniques, and Shiwun is going to have all of the potential and all of the power necessary, but just won't be in balance. And that would be a great way to kind of, you know, even things out and inject some stakes in the series, considering that Shiwun is just like a monster according to us right now. You knew about it? Then why did you consistently use the combat techniques of the Sunwoo clan? It's because I am the leader of the Sunwoo clan. Yeah, that's right. Because of that, I won't be able to give up the martial arts of the Sunwoo clan even going forward. I gotta rep my city. What the fuck? I gotta rep my hood, my people. You fool, even after I explained this much to you. However, I think I need to thank your words of advice this time. Uh-oh. No, he's copying it? Or wait. Oh. Wait, what? Did he reverse it? Huh? My body is... The first step is the... Holy shit, wait a minute. The first step in the basics of stepping technique, advancing. Until the elder had demonstrated it for me, I had forgotten the fact that I had learned something like this. Oh shit, he forgot his foot techniques. These are like basic foot techniques that Chun Wu Han taught him in like part 1. Yo, I thought he had just like been using that shit, but maybe he hasn't used it in like a year or whatever. Phantom steps? Shi Won Hyung, how did you... Are you okay? Ah, yes, but that... Then say what you were going to tell me before. While you were gone, the subordinates of that old man intruded into your house and tried to kill me. How did you know that those were his subordinates? Wait. While you were gone, the subordinates of that old man intruded into your house and tried to kill me. This is what Kang is telling him. Oh, yeah. How did you know those were his subordinates? Jinny Naona told me about it. The person called Mamungi, isn't he your subordinate as well? That person aimed a sword at Jinny Naona's neck. Elder, now explain it to me. Is what this kid's saying true? Look at him. What's he about to say? He about to lie? Oh, how absurd. Not only does this ordinary child have the power of the Miram, but now he also dares to make this ridiculous slander. What are you talking about? How's an ordinary person related to this in any way? We may exist, but we do not reveal ourselves. That is the absolute accord made between the Miram and this world in order to coexist. Are you aware that disobeying this accord means that it's a severe crime that could lose one's life? What? But right now, any ordinary person with the energy of the Miram is questioning an elder of the Miram about the business of the Miram on the spot. Yeah, this is mad awkward from like a respect and class and like status level. I knew that Hyung had done something amazing for me, but it was something like that? Wait, then did I make a mistake intervening into this? But why did Hyung put up with this danger for me? Now, answer me. What is the energy of the Miram doing, what is the energy of the Miram doing in that child's body? Uh-oh. Why aren't you saying anything? If you, the Sunwoo clan leader, has given him that power, then the responsibility lies not only with you, but the Sunwoo clan as well. Oh, shit, this is kind of crazy. I can't stay like this. I can't stay still like this. Wait. Here, a question. I have a question. So what Grandpa's saying right now is that the main problem is that I'm an ordinary person, right? You about to hit him with that logic. And what about it? Grandpa? Yeah. Then there's no problem if I become a Muramin. Wait, what? Okay. What? Isn't that the case? If I become a Muramin, then this becomes the issue of the Muram. Yeah. Then there's no problem with that, right? Hyung? Enough with the nonsense. Oh no. He said, not logic. Do you think just anyone becomes a Muramin? The only way you can become a Muramin is when you're born from a clan of Muramins. Or you need to enter a sect at a young age. Huh? Do you think it's possible for an ordinary person to become a Muramin at that age? It's possible. Yeah, boy. Forgot about me? I as well became a Muramin at his age. Yeah. Therefore, he can become a Muramin as well. Why, this is preposterous. Now this kid will become a part of the family of the Sunwoo clan. Oh, shit. He said, you with me now. So whether it's possible or not, it will be up for the Sunwoo clan to decide. Are you fine with that? Ugh. Now, it's time for the elder to answer. Did you order your subordinates to ambush me? Oh, man. Let's hear it! Let's hear it, old nigga. Enough with the baseless doubt. Do you really think that I would issue such a command? Hell yeah, slimy ass, greasy ass, snake ass nigga, bruh. I have seen this kid get beaten up. If there's nothing for the elder to hide, then why were you beating and blocking this kid when he had come to see me? I know that elder has a deep ill fate. I know that elder has a deep ill-fated relationship with the Sunwoo clan. Despite that, I had come to this place alone for a conversation with the elder. However, now I know that it's foolish to expect something from the elder from now on. Oh, he's like, what? You seem to have gravely misunderstood. Elder, do you really think the situation can be talked over? He's about to jaw your shit. If you're going to continue the discussion, yo, this drawing of this drawing of Shi Woon though, yo, this is definitely gonna be the thumbnail for the VOD. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn. Yeah, so good. You're going to have to do it over my corpse. Wait a minute. Why do you say that? If you're going to hold on. No. Let me go back a little bit. I know that elder has a deep, ill-fated relationship with the Sunwoo clan. Despite that, I had come to this place alone for a conversation with the elder. However, now I know that it's foolish to expect something from the elder from now on. I can't expect shit from you no more. You suck. And you're out of here. You seem to have gravely misunderstood. Elder, do you really think the situation can be talked over? If you're going to continue the discussion, you're going to have to do it over my corpse. Oh my god, and that's it? No. Damn it. Yeah, I need that shit clean too, Hayes. Wow. That's like that. I think that's about to be my my phone wallpaper. Hold on a minute, man. I think this gonna have to be my little phone wallpaper. I'll get it after the stream. But wow, what a chapter! These chapters are too short. I feel like they're long as hell, but they're short as hell at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Uh-oh, is that Big Zay? What up, fam? You just getting home? Got y'all. I never had a Discord. I'm down to make one. Oh, yeah, making a Discord's really easy. We got one that's already juking right now. Join ours. We got like 800, almost 1,000 people in that motherfucker now. It's lit in there. You gotta when you join our shit though, if you're not in like a bunch of like really big Discords or whatever, if you're not like regularly on Discord like that, make sure you turn off your notifications or like switch it to like only at mentions. So then like you only get a ping when someone's like trying to talk to you directly. Or if like one of us pings like the entire server for one reason or another. We usually only do that when like new content is available though. But yeah, man, wow, what a chapter. Okay, so I like this chapter because it was pretty good on just fleshing out the tension, I guess, like in this situation, like why both parties or all the parties are behaving the way that they are. We're the ex-chairman of the Miram is still being like super like mysterious and like dodgy and whatnot. I definitely think that there's something up to what he's going on, but also at the same time I think that it's kind of obvious that it is. So I think that it would be cool if there was some subversion in the form of like him actually being cool but having like a completely different reason to be a dick right now that we're not expecting. Obviously we don't know what the reason is at all we kind of are assuming is that we just can't trust this dude and he's on fuck shit and he's going to try to harm our team in some kind of way legitimately, either right now or in the future. And that is a very safe assumption because this dude is historically on fuck shit. But I think it would be really cool if he did actually turn over a new leaf and he did have some kind of like new, more, benevolent motivation of some kind. But I'm cool either way. John Gukjin's going to write the shit out of it no matter what. But like the only thing that's making me think that the dude is probably cool is that Mamungi is like working with him like directly, and I can't remember if that was always a thing, but like I feel like Mamungi is like a really good judge of character in the series, and I feel like he will always hold our people down, or at least Shi-woon. So that makes me think that he wouldn't fuck with a dude who he knows would try to hurt Shi-woon like that. I don't know, but we got Lady Sosul in the background too, and she's just lighting people on fire that try to fuck with Shi-woon as well. We got plenty allies. I can't wait to see like if there are any more like main serious like holy shit villains that are going to get introduced throughout, or if it's just going to be like dealing with this guy and his people until we get to the Gumun Ryong stuff. You know what I mean? Obviously, we have the Gumun Ryong encounter later on in the series that is going to be extremely epic, and that's probably what it'll come down to at the end of the day. At least off the information that we have right now, I can't really see it happening any other kind of way unless new characters are introduced and built up over the course of this entire series. Then maybe we could have a final confrontation with one of them over Gumun Ryong, but it just feels best that it is Gumun Ryong as the final boss of this, or some semblance of a final boss. Uh, but yeah, I just want like more characters. You know what I'm saying? I want to see like all of the old goats, all of our old faves, you know, from parts 1 and 2 that we haven't seen yet. But like, I need like a new antagonistic force, like a new antagonist team that like can really show us like what's good in the new Miram world. Because like back in like part 1 and like part 2, Gumun Ryong was kind of like always there to kind of like be the yardstick of strength. Like everything always eventually ran into Gumun Ryong. Except for Dokkenrong. I don't think Dokkenrong and Gumun Ryong actually met up in part 2. I don't think they actually have any scenes together. I could be wrong on that. But otherwise, yeah, pretty much everybody else eventually ended up being directly compared to Shiwoon or Gumun Ryong. Mostly Gumun Ryong acting as that yardstick to let us know, like, is this character worth it or not? And there weren't that many characters that ended up being all that crazy. You know what I mean? Like the northern Black Star or White Star, whichever the one that fought Ha-Il was, like, he was really cool in the beginning, but he got scraped like his first fight. Like, he was going toe-to-toe with Ha-Il pretty good for a while, but then eventually Ha-Il got the upper hand, and then Shiwoon came in and just fucking broke his shit. So it's like, all right, that's one supernova over there. We got Mamoon-gi. Yugi Bum kind of like doesn't really get active like that. So this last supernova has got to go crazy. Um, and I hope that he is a villain. I hope he's a villain, and I hope that the Bruce Lee tracksuit supernova. I'm pretty sure he's the Northern Star. I hope that that motherfucker comes back and like had some training or is just like on some like really interesting antagonistic shit as well, because it's like it can't just be Gumun Ryong and like little tiny mini, you know, opposing forces on the way to that. Like, no, I need some like big, long lasting, serious villains in this one. And you want to know what? Now that I think about it, we had that little SUC team with Cool Guy and the Kusari Gama bitch with the tutu, and there was, oh yeah, and then Chundo Moon, what's his name? Hyukso Chun's older little brother. He's like older than Hyukso Chun, but like lower status inside of the Chundo Moon or whatever. That dude was built up pretty well as a villain. And then you also had Jay Galtaic, the one that went head to head with Elder John with the fucking like cane sword and the mask and shit. So, but that nigga's dead, so it's like whatever. But like I think that we will get a good cast of villains and antagonists throughout part 3. I think we can be pretty certain on that. I man, this is the only series that I have like this good of like a memory on like the Korean names, and like I probably butcher a lot of it and misremember a lot of them even inside of the Breaker, even though I read this shit like 6 times. But yeah, the Breaker is the one that I'm, you know, most proud of, I guess, for my retention. I got no names, and this dude just naming them off the top proves to show his love for the series. Yeah, absolutely. I've read this shit a million times. Thank you. Oh, hi, Rhea. Good to see you. Good to see you. I don't know if you read The Breaker or not, but if you don't, you should. It's really fucking good. Thanks for pulling up to the stream, though. But yeah, I'm trying to think of like not a whole lot happened in this chapter that like we can really like deep dive into a great deal. I mean, it was really just the continuation of the conversation. And as I was commenting on it when I was reading the chapter, going back into the power system and like kind of like the philosophy behind it and how like all of its you know, major points kind of like, you know, work together and converge into each other to create a balance inside of the fighter. That was all really good. Some of it felt like it was rehashed. I think a lot of it was rehashed, but the concept about how if your key accumulation and combat techniques aren't you know, perfectly aligned, then like you won't, you know, see your full potential. That's definitely obvious, but I just don't remember, them ever actually commenting on that. Maybe they did in part one and part two a little bit, but I don't remember it being like super focused on. And it is just kind of like lightly brought up here in this conversation, but I have hopes that like we will get a lot deeper power system stuff in part three to kind of give us a better idea of like what's going on at any point in time in the combat. I mean, it's been pretty good, and fine so far in the series because it really is just throwing hands and using techniques. You know what I mean? It's not like a Nen or like a cursed energy or, anything like that that's like super deep and nuanced and complicated and has a bunch of rules and conditions to it. So it's not too much to keep track of, but any amount of depth added to a power system inside of a series that's like really about hand-to-hand martial arts is always just going to feel good to me. The deeper it gets, the more complicated it gets. So if the proper writer is driving that writing, obviously, which I have tons of faith in John Hyuk Jin to deliver on that if that's where they're going. But yeah, beautiful fucking chapter, man. Oh, what's going on here? I also got high hopes. These streams are fueling my breaker cravings to the max. Thanks, Hayes. These chapters just keep getting me excited for the future of the story. Right? Because like, dude, like it's taking like a really slow pace. You know what I mean? And even though there has been like a decent amount of action so far as like intense plot progression, there hasn't really been any. You know what I mean? Like we have like a very small amount of new information. Compared to like we're 12 chapters in and the plot hasn't really moved too much besides Junior is in the story. Shiwun is taking him as kind of like a pseudo disciple, full on disciple now, as of this chapter. Met Ginny. Ginny was like, "Oh, Shiwun, we're gonna go see what's up with him. Why do you have martial arts?" Wanted to question him on that. He wasn't there. They got randomly attacked by people, and like now we're here. You know what I mean? So like I think there's been a couple other plot threads hung down besides that. But like for the most part, the shit is moving at I don't want to say a snail's pace, but like a really good, slow, gradual pace, which makes me, excited for like when the shit really starts going and snowballing and whatnot. Because the longer you take to set up the shit, the better it's going to feel once we finally get there. So I'm here for all of this stuff, especially if we're getting this level of like world building and character building and whatnot. In the meantime, like I already love Kang. Ginny is great coming out of the time skip and coming out of the hiatus. Shiwun is great. Everybody that we've seen so far feels just like they did 8 years ago, but are all delivering on something entirely fresh. And I love it. I love every moment of it. But Knox, how you feel about the Gramps twist with wanting him as his disciple? Is that a twist? I could have sworn that's basically what he tried to ask him at the end of part two, right? Come with me, come fuck with me, and we'll fold these niggas together, or whatever he said at the end of part two, and then we just didn't get an answer on that. And now I feel like he's just like saying it again, like come fuck with me for real as a disciple. He didn't use the word disciple in the end of part two, so this is a little bit more major now, but yeah, it's cool. Like, and I don't know if you were listening before, Zay, but I was talking about how cool it would be if like dude actually was, not. And I think maybe even we were talking about it in the last stream about how interesting it would be if the dude actually had turned over a new leaf and he wasn't on fuck shit no more. Yeah, I'm gonna take your head off, but I want to train you, right? Like that's just how these martial arts niggas get down. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a more sophisticated, and respectful, version of like Viking atmospheres, right? Like Viking clan atmospheres. It's like Vikings have this like, and just warriors of that time had this mutual respect for warriors and just war in general. And yeah, but like they're just meatheads and they'll swing on you like right away for like no reason. Not really no reason, but like very little reason. Motherfuckers will start fighting. And it's just like that for like pretty much any warrior based culture. But like obviously this is a very Eastern one. You know what I mean? So it's a lot more, chill, calm, sophisticated. We can talk calmly, all the way up until the first motherfucker throws a punch or a kick or the hands start flying and whatnot. It's banter on the level of like almost like Game of Thrones, like kind of intellectual, like witty, banter until the fists start flying, but then like Viking culture is just like, hey, good battle today, huh? It's like, yeah, I'm gonna drink all the mead. It's like, hey man, save some for me. And it's like, nah, I killed more people. Ah! And then they just like start like fucking jumping on each other and shit. Like, yeah, it's like a similar like kind of like vibe, but you know, a little bit more civil. But I don't even remember like why I went on that tangent, but oh yeah, because they said niggas was like, I'm gonna take your head off, but I want to train you. Yeah. But yeah, man. Love where this is going. I think I'm gonna like wind it down though, just because there wasn't a whole lot of meat and potatoes to this chapter to kind of like deep dive. I loved the chapter. Obviously, thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. This is going to be like the time that we do the live streams now, moving forward. So 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the Twitch channel every Friday night. So pull up if you can. Otherwise, the VOD will remain on Twitch for as long as it can, right? It's like 14 days or something like that when you're affiliate or whatever like level that we're at. Yeah. So it'll be on there, but otherwise I'll like, take the VOD down, edit it, throw some, bells and whistles on it and then put it on the YouTube. I'm going to try like, a new copyright filter and just see if that like I don't know. It's gonna be pretty intense. Like you're gonna be able to like not see the the comic at all. It's gonna be very blurry, like barely there. But then that's just going to tell the people on YouTube, come pull up to the live streams on Twitch, and then you don't have to worry about things like that. So that's kind of like my new idea for the future of the content. But Mihawk. Oh, just popping in for a quick sec. Damn, I showed up too late. Well, glad I saw you for a second there, Mihawk. Obviously the VOD will stay on Twitch like I just said, or it'll go on Patreon. You're already a patron, so you can catch it a couple different ways. But did we already get links in here? Okay, Abdel's already been going on it. Good shit. But thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. I'm gonna pull out. You know where to find me. Twitter, Discord. Those are really the only two places that I hang out nowadays. But yeah, turn my notifications on if you don't want to miss a live stream. And yeah, you guys have a great rest of your night. Peace out. I'm gonna play some music, and I'll see y'all next time.